Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, after winning the title in 2020, the Lakers are trying to recreate that magic. LeBron James called last season a strange and even hellstorm with the injuries and the struggles. And Brian, as the king enters his late 30s, it's clear that restless is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah, moves to be made, Allie. No question. Thank you. And a moment to check out who the Los Angeles Lakers have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. So the opening lineup here for the Clippers. At small and power forward, it's George and Leonard. Wall and Powell are the backcourt duo, and it's Zubac in at the 5. And for the Lakers, Walker is the 2 with LeBron playing the 3. Johnson is out there with Davis, and it's Westbrook in at the point. Well, Doris, the analytics would tell you that you should take shots at the rim or from beyond the arc, but we still see players who dominate in the mid-range area.
Not some players. We're talking about the best players. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. It goes on and on. The fact is, when the games matter the most in the playoffs, you've got to have guys who make tough twos. We're not getting away from the mid-range. Don't worry, B.A.
It's good on the putback.
The long arms of Davis. Outstanding work using them to track down second chance points.
Pass to Zubac. To the inside, George. And the jam by George.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look. Boy, when we talk about those elite two-way threats, Paul George's name is certainly high on everyone's list.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
And we know how dominant George can be on both ends of the floor, Doris.
Well, consider he's a great scorer, a three-level scorer, and then he's able to guard perimeter and post players. That combination of size, length, athleticism, he continues to be a major threat in this league.
And the Clippers have possession after the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago.
John Wall's vision is unquestioned. He puts it on time and on target, creates an easy look for his teammate.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
And I love the way he played downhill on that drive. Love the attack mentality in a close game.
Walker against Powell. Here's Wall. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. At that time, sets up his teammate.
And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook. Davis has got 8.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Wall against Westbrook. Wall, the pass to Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
Here's Wall. And the big finish by Wall.
That is what we mean by the fast twitch athlete. John Wall explodes to the rack.
Pulls it from the corner, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Here's Leonard. James with the block.
An engaged LeBron James on the defensive end is an absolute menace.
And the shot is good by Westbrook.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
16 seconds left in the first. George against James. Zubac with a screen on Walker. And Powell with the stuff.
Woo-hoo, the leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
From deep, Johnson. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
What a huge shot to beat the buzzer. My goodness.
Well, that's the perfect end of the quarter for them. You have no idea how much of an effect those buzzer beaters can have on a team's momentum.
The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers ahead. They lead by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
And give a big round of applause for your Laker.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
The Lakers in the lead. And so in the game for the Clippers, Terrence Mann is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Marcus Morris. Then there's Paul George. And it's Covington in at the 4. And here are the Clippers now. Here's Mann. Pass to Covington. Here's George. Here's Mann. To the middle. Here's Morris. Oh, and a slam dunk by Morris.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
Last year, the Clippers finishing 8th in the West. However, they missed the playoffs.
Right, B.A., but keep in mind, they didn't have Kawhi for the entire season. No Paul George for most of the season. In fact, I thought Ty Lue did an incredible coaching job getting that team to the 8th spot. They just went on to lose 2 tough games in the play-in tournament.
Oh, and Bryant with the block.
Boy, you'd love to see more of this from Thomas Bryant. He has the length necessary to send shots back.
I'm still a bit confused as to why he shot it from that distance.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
Here's Toscano Anderson. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown. Toscano Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Inside. And the jam by George.
How about that pass from Reggie Jackson? Right on the money, folks.
Over to the left wing. Here's Toscano Anderson. Second chance shot. And Bryant with the layup.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
To the middle. Morris. And the layup falls. Morris has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, really smart move by Paul George. Feeds a ready shooter instead of forcing his own shot.
And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Bryant. Johnson comes in for Toscano Anderson. LeBron, he's checked in for Horton Tucker. And it's Westbrook in for Walker. And the Clippers will go for a different look here. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Morris. Coffey comes in for George. Powell, he's checked in for Mann. And it's John Wall in for Jackson. Here's Coffey. And the jam by Covington.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leaves no doubt.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Johnson's got 10 points.
Now, he didn't need the leaner with the defense playing off him, but it was sure in his rhythm.
Westbrook against Wall. Leonard outside. Now here's Powell. He's closely guarded. Covington, he's open. The shot won't fall. And the Lakers going the other way now. Fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Now here's Leonard. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of this one. Clock at 6. Pass to Covington. Fires the 3. Tries again. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
thanks for joining us. I'll tell you this, when Russ gets going, he can put on a show, and we've seen that tonight.
He's been creating a lot of offense. You look at all the assists he has, doing a great job of making plays for others, not just himself. And he can also score the basketball. What else do you want this guy to do? He was incredibly aggressive in the first half.
Okay, time to discuss the first half of this one. Specifically, which guys are leading the charge for their teams?
You look at this matchup at the point guard position, so much talent in this position in the league. You've got your work cut out for you every single night, Ernie.
The skill game taking center stage. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
Westbrook and Walker in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with LeBron James. And it's Davis in at the 5. So that's who Darvin Ham starts the second half with. And here are the Clippers now. They trail by 18. And for Paul George, playing close to home on a title contending team, it's a tremendous opportunity, Grant.
And back with the Pacers, he twice made the Eastern Conference Finals, but without a doubt, this is the most talented team he's ever been a part of.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the NBA expanding its footprint through video games. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, there's an opportunity to capture a new kind of fan who isn't currently watching our games but enjoys playing NBA 2K. By learning about the players and the teams, they're more likely to engage in the live product. Brian?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand, Allie. Thanks.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Johnson finds Westbrook. And there's another one for the Lakers.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Pass to Wall. Now Leonard for 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Davis has got 4 rebounds now. And here's Walker over Leonard. And it's Walker, that time on the assist by Davis. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Now a timeout called by the Lakers. And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Bryant, he's checked in for Davis. Toscano Anderson comes in for Johnson. Horton Tucker, he's checked in for LeBron. And Reeves is subbed in for Walker. And it's Westbrook off the drive. Offensive rebound. Count that one. Westbrook's got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Jackson on the wing. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Westbrook. The rebound by Jackson.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
George for 3. Rebound by the Lakers. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds now. And he comes up with a bucket. Toscano Anderson's got 5 points.
Well, the defense always so attentive to Russ, and he knows, okay, you're going to send defensive attention my way. I will find an open teammate.
Morris finds some space. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play.
Russell Westbrook is an elite talent. He knows how to make tough shots.
That's his first personal foul.
And that one falls for Westbrook. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Lakers ahead, just dominating this one. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for the Clippers, Marcus Morris out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Amir Coffey, then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. Hits the 3-pointer.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Nunn, and he lays it up and in.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Covington. Back to Mann. To the inside. Morris can't hit. Morris has gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Gabriel. Tries again. None. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And some changes here for the Lakers. Davis comes in for Gabriel. And James is subbed in for Brown. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubats, he's checked in for Covington. And for the Clippers, they're shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. Coffey into the lane. A nice shot by Morris.
Well, that's just stellar concentration from the talented forward. Marcus Morris effective at keeping his balance on these tough finishes.
Nunn with a bucket.
That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Morris outside. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Nunn. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. And that one's good. Nunn's got 10 points here in the second half.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Lakers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And what a huge performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, a late second-round pick in 2019 out of Florida State. Terrence Mann has proven to be a steal, and he's going to be in this league for a long, long time.
Some changes now for the Lakers. Johnson, he's checked in for Bryant, and Reeves is subbed in for Westbrook. Covington's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Kennard. Now here's Nunn. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Out to Covington. Wide open look. Davis with a rebound.
Let's be honest, that's not a shot he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Wait, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Here's Coffee. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Remember growing up, all I wanted was to be wanted me to get a little bread.